Hello everyone and welcome back to my survival world. Today we're going to be working on the Burj Khalifa once again. So we finished off the first layer here last time and we're going to be starting the second layer today, but we do need a lot of resource gathering to actually get there because I did use pretty much all of my resources. But actually let me check if I have any left to get a start on this at least. Okay, so I do have about one shulker box of each left. So we're going to go ahead and use those resources, but we're going to have to get a lot more because I don't have any more stocked up sand in my concrete converter either. How the second layer is going to work is basically going to be another 16 block extension of this whole thing, except one of these circle segments will just be a flat kind of balcony. So I'm going to put the first balcony notch, if that makes sense, on this side so that it's farther away so that I have more surface area when I'm viewing the Burj Khalifa from like my most common areas. So this is going to be flat right here on this little circle bit, kind of following this pink line, and then everything else will get up by another 16 blocks. So that's how we're going to get started. Alright, so over the course of the week I have gathered a little bit of materials here. As we can see, I did about 2 shulker boxes of deep slate on top of this shulker box right here. Now, unfortunately, we don't really have any more glass. So what I'm going to do, I think, is gather up a total of 6 shulker boxes of glass so I can do one full smelting on the super smelter. So 6 shulker boxes of glass, 1 full smelting, and then that'll be 3 of each color. I do have a bit of bone meal here so that if I need more dye, we can go ahead and get that. So we're going to go ahead, head over to the base for more fireworks and to the desert for the sand. Now after about 30 minutes of sand gathering, we have gotten a full 6 shulker boxes of sand with 2 dead shovels that I don't actually know how I'm going to heal because villagers are patched, but now we're gonna go ahead and load up the super smelter and then build a little bit and hopefully have some smelter resources ready to go. With some resources depleted, and we have this new second layer chunk. So as you can see, layer by layer, they're gonna be going 16 blocks high, and then on one of these 3 sides here, it's gonna cut into the next cylinder. So you can see how the cylinder kind of the grooves or whatever go straight up and they don't have any misinputs. So that's how it's going to work. So next up there'll be like a pillar of this height that's going to be the base balcony, like over there, and so on and so forth, all the way up the tower. Alrighty, so what we have done from the last clip till now, I dumped another shulker box worth of resources into this thing, and our current super smelter batch of sand has fully been smelted. So now I can get to making more glass to match up with the deep slate that I grinded over the week. But yeah, so this is what we're starting to look like with another shulker box. Let's go ahead and take a look at it from over here. And I mean obviously it looks weird in proportion to the square base because, you know, trying to build a giant triangle inside a square is not always ideal. Let me milk you real quick. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be building a miniature pumpkin and melon farm that's going to be temporary and automatic near the Burj Khalifa because I want to make sure that, you know... Oh my god, my panda escaped. Yo! Okay, we'll worry about him in a sec. But I'm going to build a temporary pumpkin and melon farm near the Burj Khalifa that's going to be running since I'm going to be building over there a lot. And basically with that, you can't lead a panda, bro? Bro. Alright, get yourself back in there. Thank you very much. With the pumpkin and melon farm being automatic over there, that can help me get some more pumpkin and melons in case I want to trade with the villagers and stuff like that. Okay, so I just spent about 30 or 40 minutes building up this tiny little automatic pumpkin and melon farm. It's a pretty basic design. Obviously, we've got observers where the pumpkins or melons stems are, And then we have a little bit of redstone set up here with the redstone dots and blocks here, so that it only activates the pistons in near proximity to whichever stem grows something. And what we have down at the bottom here is we got a hopper minecart going around, as well as a little timing circuit that we just have half a stack of blocks in, which I think it should be okay. Maybe I'll need to make it a little bit longer, although I think it does have plenty of time to unload everything from the hopper. So now that I just have this running in the background, hopefully I can, you know, stack up a decent quantity of, you know, pumpkins and melons here if I want to trade with the villagers or anything like that. So yeah, we got this all nice and set up. So now I can go ahead and get started building. I just finished a load of glass from the super smelter. So I do have some of this that I still need to make into light blue or blue. And then I also need to harvest the bamboo farm real quickly. And now here is what we're looking like after another shulker box of each resource placed down. We can see that the front side of this Burj Khalifa building is actually starting to materialize pretty nicely, and I think it is looking pretty good. It does look a little strange since I haven't done any of the little like indentations as it goes up like I did over here. But I think I think it's a okay idea putting the taller sides on the front here, because when it's done it shall look very nice. So a couple things I want to work on now. For those of you who may know, the villagers have been fully nerfed, so they were kind of my main source of bone meal, as I used to buy cookies from them and then put them in composters because they were really good for getting bone meal from that. But unfortunately, since their prices aren't good anymore, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my own cookies. So what I'm gonna need is I'm gonna need a little cocoa bean farm. It's probably just gonna be like a wall of jungle logs that's gonna get pushed back and forth to break the cocoa beans, right? Because if you look at the crafting recipe for a cookie, it is 1 cocoa bean, 2 wheat for 8 cookies, right? So that's 8 cocoa beans for 1 stack, and then 8 times 27. 8 times 27. That'll be 216 cocoa beans for a shulker box, which will be 3 and a bit stacks. So 3 and a bit stacks to make 1 shulker box is actually really good. I can get wheat from my wheat farm with Boris, right? So yeah, I think I'm gonna actually work on that so I can make my own cookies, so that I can put them in the composter, get the bone meal, so that I can make more dyes, because I just ran out of dyes, and I had enough to get a bit of blue dye, but I don't have enough for light blue dye, so that is the next project on the agenda. A little bit of a cocoa bean farm. So basically we have 2 stacks of 4 pistons on either side with buttons to move it back and forth. This will just basically shift them so that all the cocoa beans break and stuff like that. Very, very simple farm, but at least something that is easily harvestable. And then I got all the hay bales from my storage system that I've saved up over the years now, I guess. That's kind of crazy to say, but yeah, so we are all looking good, man. So right now I've got 1 more shulker box worth of resources, so we're gonna go ahead and just, you know, do a lot of the good old triple clicking, of course, you know what I'm saying. So it looks like this final shulker box of resources will take us to completely finishing the second layer here, which is very nice to hear. So just to give you an example of a harvest, we can go ahead and be like boom, then we get all the cocoa beans to break, ready for collection. Very simple, very efficient. And just with these final bits of deep slate going in, we have successfully completed the second layer here. I don't know, for those of you who have gotten to this part in the video, you might have seen several outfit changes. And now a new haircut, but yeah, this is taking some time, of course, but yeah, so here is our fully done second layer, and we're gonna get moving on to the third layer. But I think that is going to be about it for this video. One thing I want to show you guys real quick, I made a little bit of a cocoa bean farm. Actually, I think I did show this. Well, I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember if I showed this, but here it is. So yeah, I want to thank you all for watching, if you made it to the end of the video, and make sure to leave a comment on any feedback or constructive criticism you got from me, you know what I'm saying? But hopefully I'll see you again soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!